Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Before we dive in, let me share what's been happening with my own trading journey recently, because it ties directly into today's discussion. I was sitting at around 50 to 60% gains on one of my earlier trades. Like most of us in the crypto space, I was debating whether to let it ride or to lock in some profits. CryptoAI is something I'm particularly proud of. With it, you can type in the ticker of any coin you're curious about. Say XCN, XRP, XDC, or any of your personal favorites, and immediately get a detailed breakdown of metrics and technicals. That includes relative strength index RSI, moving average convergence divergence, MACD, oscillators, moving averages, and more. It's a powerful tool that helps cut through the noise and makes trading decisions more data-driven rather than purely emotional. But today, I want to shift the focus away from my trades and tools and really zero in on one coin that has been gaining traction, excitement, and momentum: ONYXCOIN, XCN. Disclaimer: this content is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and nothing I say should be taken as financial advice. Always do your own research before investing in any cryptocurrency, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Now here's the good news that has the Onyx community buzzing. The long-awaited testnet is finally going live. The announcement came directly from the official X account of Onyx. According to the countdown, the Goliath Testnet is scheduled to launch in exactly 9 days, 3 hours, and 51 minutes, with the seconds ticking down as I'm speaking. But what makes this even more interesting is the subtle tease underneath the countdown. A short line of text with a hint suggests that this launch could actually happen ahead of schedule, and if that turns out to be true, it would be nothing short of remarkable for the project and its investors. In a previous video, I mentioned that if ONYXCOIN managed to break through a key resistance zone, we could see a rally of about 50 to 60%. That wasn't just wild optimism. It was based on historical price action and technical indicators pointing toward a potential surge. Right now, I believe XCN has, in fact, broken out, though the move hasn't fully matured yet. What we're missing at this moment is the volume. For any breakout to sustain itself, you need buyers to flood in and push the momentum forward. Once that happens, a 50 to 60% surge could unfold very quickly, almost in the blink of an eye. To put things into perspective, the price levels we're watching are not far-fetched dreams. They're actually areas we already reached back in mid-July, around the 14th and 15th to be exact. So what we're really talking about here is a return to recent highs, not some impossible moonshot. If volume shows up, those gains can materialize fast. Think of it this way: crypto often punishes hesitation. Those who delay can miss entire moves that unfold over just a handful of trading sessions. The key level here is around 2 cents, which acts as a strong order block. When you zoom into the chart, you'll see multiple touches, wicks, closes, and retests that validate this zone as significant resistance. Breaking above it would be a huge technical signal. That's why I believe Onyx is primed for another leg up, 50 to 60% in the near term, potentially even before the month closes, especially if the Goliath Testnet launch goes smoothly. From there, I'd expect some consolidation before setting sights on larger targets in Q4. And that's where things get exciting. If we can hold above 2 cents, the next logical target is 5 cents, which could realistically be tested in the next major leg up. Beyond that, if momentum and macro conditions align, think about the next 2 Federal Reserve rate cuts, the broader altcoin season timing, and Bitcoin's leadership. We could be looking at a run toward all-time highs in the 18 to 19 cent range by year's end. That's nearly a 10x from current levels. Let's zoom out for a moment to really grasp what this means. Right now, Onyx is still trading at what I'd call peanuts. Investors are getting in at basement-level prices. Once the market realizes the potential of this project and volume pours in, the climb could be exponential. If we map out the Fibonacci extensions, the macro 1.618 level sits around 30 to 31 cents. Historically, this level tends to get hit in bullish cycles, and I strongly believe we'll see it. Beyond that, the 2.618 extension is at roughly 50 cents. If Onyx manages to capture widespread adoption during the cycle peak, there's no reason it can't push into that range. Of course, timing matters. In the last two cycles, altcoin season peaked around mid-October. If history repeats, we might see a sharp run-up followed by a cooling-off period. However, this cycle feels different. We've been heavily suppressed throughout what should have been a bullish stretch. That suppression could mean pent-up energy is waiting to explode in Q4 and into early 2026. If that's the case, Onyx could outperform expectations. Now let's talk investor psychology for a moment, because this is crucial. Many people make the mistake of chasing rallies after they've already happened. They sit on the sidelines, skeptical, then jump in when the chart is parabolic, only to become exit liquidity for early buyers. The smart move is recognizing value zones and entering before the crowd. That's where XCN is today. It's in accumulation ranges. It's preparing for a major catalyst with Goliath Testnet. And it has technical setups pointing towards substantial upside. But as always, risk management is essential. Yes, we talk about 10x and even 20x possibilities, but that doesn't mean you throw caution to the wind. Crypto is volatile. It can punish greed just as quickly as it rewards patience. That's why I always advocate for taking profits on the way up, rotating into other plays, and never overexposing yourself to a single asset. So, to summarize where we are, short term, I expect 50 to 60% gains as we retest the 2-cent resistance. Medium term, I see 5 cents being tested as momentum builds, likely into Q4. Longer term, all-time highs around 18 to 19 cents are achievable by the end of the year if broader market conditions align. And at the peak of the cycle, somewhere between 30 and 50 cents is a realistic range according to Fibonacci extensions. This is speculation, yes, but it's grounded in historical patterns, technical analysis, and the fundamental catalyst of the Goliath Testnet. If you've been waiting for a coin with explosive potential at dirt-cheap prices, XCN deserves your attention. If you found value in this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss future updates, especially as we track ONYXCOIN's progress through the Goliath Testnet launch and beyond. And if you want even deeper insights, join our Discord, link in the description below, for real-time analysis, AI-powered crypto tools, and a community of traders navigating this volatile market together.